Yo guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about Michael Jackson's biopic, which has just came out, and generally I had a very fun time watching this movie. Currently, audience wise, as you can see, it is people are loving it. It's breaking box office records. Critics had other plans about this. They said 30%, which I am very like scrutinized, very like what? Audience have liked it a lot. I generally say it's 80%, 75% for me. I want to first talk about maybe the constructive criticisms of this movie, and then I will talk about the good aspects. So the constructive criticisms I have for this movie is at times it feels rushed. Like the pacing is amazing. You never will feel bored. You never feel like it's taking your time. But at moments you're like, okay, brushes past stuff quick. It feels. I think loads of people say it feels more like a concert, which I do agree. Like the songs and stuff, vibing to it and everything. It's very. You'll have a great fun time. But when it comes to like a biography, you want to see the downsides, like what's going on, what where are they failing. Even at the start, like it feels like he's rising. It's more like the rise of the pop star. Even though they put the angle of the father, like how he's a bit scared of him, even in his adult, and then he finally faces that. But I think they could have done to make that character feel a bit more aggressive or a bit more like scary, because I think the only thing they do is that he used to hit him with a belt. I think they could have done something even more. He did feel like an egoistical, dickhead character, but I think they could have done a little bit more to feel that thing. That's the only thing I think was missing, is that emotion thing with that relationship. That I think some parts with that father son thing works very good. I enjoyed it a lot, and also I think the moment that the hospital where his hair gets like fire courts and stuff. Even I think those moments as well, there was some good stuff. Like with his father, he was more concerned about the concert rather than his son nearly dying, which I did like, and that makes you hate that character a bit more. And like, what type of father is he? He cares more about his whole image and the whole concert rather than his son was just dying. So some moments of like that I did like, but again, it feels like at some the it brushes past them. Now going on to the good parts, which it has a lot, and that's why I'm giving it 80, 75%, 4 out of 10. 3.5. I think 3.5 for me is like the best one for this movie. Is that Jafar Jackson's acting was amazing. The actors, everyone would say, even the dad, the brothers, the young child actor, everyone was so amazing in this movie. They performed so well, especially the main Jafar Jackson. The way he played Michael Jackson, I felt like it was Michael. Like his nuances, the dancing, the acting, I mean the voice acting, everything was so perfectly done. And I know some people are saying like, oh, does he have a scope in the future? Obviously, he played well because he was his uncle or whatever. I think even if you're someone's nepo kid or anything like that, when it comes to acting, you still have to act it. Like for example, if I become an actor and I have to act like my father or someone like that, I still have to put the expressions on. I still have to do it. Yes, he's my father. Yes, he's my uncle. But it doesn't mean I can straight away impersonate that. Whereas Jaffa did that very well, which shows he is a good actor as well. Because the facial expressions, the way he mirrored that person inside shows that he had good acting skills. And overall, the movie was very good. As I said at the start, the positive part is it feels like a concert. That is also a positive part of this movie as well. It can be put in the criticism, but it also puts in the positive area. It was fun to watch. You vibe to the song, you have a great time. I'm seeing like clips, people dancing and stuff. In my theater, no one danced, but I could see people vibing in the chairs, and I was vibing as well. And it was just such a great time. And that's what you sometimes want to see from this type of cinema. It felt like, and one thing this movie showed was how relevant Michael Jackson still is. People are still gassed by him. People are still huge fans of him. And I think Jaffa Jackson's stakes are going to go high as well after this, because the performance he gave, people loved the way he performed that character, and it was so good. And one thing you imagine watching this movie, and after this movie is released, how big of a pop star Michael Jackson was and still is. He is still, even though he's passed away, his songs, his whole stuff is still very much alive in everyone's hearts. Even if it's us Gen Z who were not at that time, we still have seen it. And I've seen so many like me type of people who are enjoying this movie and basically listening to the songs again and having a great time. Overall, I'll say Michael was a very good fun watch, and I genuinely recommend you guys to watch it if you have not watched it yet. Uh, this is a little spoiler, so if you want to just leave now, you can, and just remember to like, share, subscribe. So the end the movie goes on is this movie ends in 1988. So the critics who are talking about, oh, where's that section, where's this section, first of all, I think it was some legal stuff, they couldn't put the third act, and second reason, this movie ends in 98, and I think they're going to have a part two. How well this is doing, 110% there will be a part two, because at the end it says the story continues. So that's where I think they're going to address the allegations, but also those allegations were false. We have found that out. Multiple law and stuff has said those are false. Why does no one talk about the recent files that's going on? Why are you bringing up a guy who who was generally a good person? And it's quite sad. Like, these critics are 110% paid, and they just want to destroy his legacy because he was a black guy who turned out to be famous. And they always hate. Racism will be always in society, and it's a thing that will never end. But overall, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm very excited what they will do in the part two, because after 98, because they have to then address the allegations. How will they address the allegations? Because right now we saw I think this one, the great name could have been Michael Rise to the Pop Star, or that's how I feel like. And then that, I won't say down because he's still a legend. Michael the Struggles, I think, will be the next one, where you will see how things go on. His vitiligo gets worse. Here they address it, but after 1988, his vitiligo gets more and more worse. People mocked him at that time, but it was a general, real problem he had. So yeah, overall, let's see what happens. But till then, like, share, subscribe, and peace.